here's your friends, right? So if you say to me, hey, Michael, I'm dead. Actually, I'll tell you this. If I go to you and I say, I'm dead broke, here's my scenario, right? All the money I've ever made is taken away from me. Everything is gone, right? I have nothing, right? Say that's the scenario, right? If you say, what are you going to do right there? If you're in that situation, what would you do to rebuild? If you were starting from scratch right now, you had no money, you had no resources, you had none of your connections, you didn't have credit limits, you were basically like me, you were maxed out. I'm a diamond. Actually, we'll say titanium, just for argument's sake. I'm a titanium because that's where I started. I'm a titanium in Moab. My credit cards are maxed out. I have no money, no resources to use. I have no connections that have money, no investors. What am I going to do, right? Well, this is the first part. So your 5 best friends, you've probably heard this, but you're the product of your 5 best friends. Your bank account is going to look like the bank account of the 5 people you spend the most time with, okay? People you talk to the most, people you communicate with the most, or you watch the most on video, you know? So most people you'll have like, you know, all your high school friends here. We'll just kind of knock off 3 of them. One, here's your wife, your husband. Here's like your 2 best high school friends, right? You know? And this is like some colleagues at work. You're kind of farther down the line ones that you see every day at work, right? But you're maybe not too close with. What you want to do is in these 2 spots, you want to add a mentor who is, and actually I would go as far as say is cut out 1 more high school friend, forget that actually, and let's add a 3rd mentor, honestly. But you want to have at least 3 mentors who have way more money than you, because if, you know, spouse has the same money as you, so you guys are on the same page, and you can't really avoid that. The best thing you can do with your spouse, your husband, is get on the same page and be a team and work as a unit, so you're thinking the same and not be battling each other. You know, if you're in Moab and like you haven't told your spouse or husband, some people do that, or maybe your spouse or husband doesn't support you, the first thing you want to do there is get them on the same page as you. Talk to them and make sure they know what you're doing and they know why you're doing it and all this different stuff, right? Because it's a really, really good opportunity and really good way to build a business and learn this skill set, most importantly, because Moab is centered around education. It's not mainly about making money. It's about educating you on how to make money and then giving you an opportunity to do that if you want, but also letting you go out in the world and use that education. That's what this is, education to help you make money, right? But you want to get your spouse or husband on the same page. Say your best friend or your colleague, they probably have the same as you, you know, in your bank. They probably don't have a lot of money. Maybe they do, which is really cool, but most people, they don't, right? My high school friends, my middle school friends, my childhood friends, even my college friends, almost all of them are broke, you know, except for Stephen Bransfield has been my best friend throughout my whole life pretty much. And, you know, he's obviously not broke, and we were kind of on the same level and we were building this as a team, you know? So you do want to have some peers that are with you and building as a team and growing with you. I'm not discounting that, but I'm saying like the guy that still goes out to the bar 3 nights a weekend, blows his check at the bar, you've known him since middle school, get him out of here for now. Let's replace that with someone with millions of dollars or billions of dollars to get you up to that level, right? But so get them on the same page. Say this person has like, you know, $2,000. I heard a stat that I think it's 93% of people will die with less than $2,000 in their bank account. So think about that stat. That's scary, right? 93% of people, I believe, will die with less than $2,000 in their bank account. So we'll just say this guy's got 2 G's in his bank, right? But then you get mentors like this. You have one mentor that has like, you know, $1 million, right? You have one mentor with like 100 million. And then you get a mentor somehow with $1 billion. Now, of course, it's gonna be hard to find a billionaire to be your mentor or to work with you or be your friend. There's ways to do that, and there's ways to teach you how to get there. You know, for the interim, you could replace that with, like I talked about, learning about billionaires. That's why I do that, because I want one of my 5 slots here to be a billionaire, or maybe even 2 of these 5 slots. So I'm reading books about billionaires, educating myself on that. Now, the other mentors here, you want people that are a level above you, because if you go and average this out, you know, if you take an average of this income now, this is the same. How much higher is that going to be than if you have 5, you know, same 2,000, 10,000, 2,000, 1,000? What's that going to look like? That's going to be like 10 G's will be your net worth. If you go and average this deal out, your net worth is somewhere in the hundreds of millions. Now, not today maybe, but it's because you're adopting their thinking over time. You want to slowly change, or fast if you can, but change your thinking to be on that level of a millionaire or billionaire top producer in online business or in Moab, right? So you want to find mentors like this. of course, you know what Steven did. Matt Lloyd was his mentor. So you can imagine how he was able to rocket and skyrocket his business. But Steven also, I mean, really, he still has friends from high school and stuff like that. But in terms of communicating with, it was basically me, Steven, and then he would go and have all these different mentors in Moab and online space that, Joe Sugarman was a big copywriter, was a mentor of his. A ton of different people in this space, big Facebook gurus. And because of that, that helped me also because he was my, he was my business partner, and then I kind of got his mentors also just by that connection there. Because you also got to think, if I'm talking to someone that has $100 million in their bank, the people they're surrounded with, there's no $2,000 people, there's no even probably $10 million people. There's just AA power players, right? If I'm a billionaire, I'm probably only hanging out with billionaires, So that's how you want to think about replacing, what you're being influenced by daily, okay? And stuff can kind of go in there and influence you that you don't even know about. TV shows, the coworkers at work. You got to cut out their influence. Don't listen to people that don't have what you want. Only listen to someone that's done what you want and has what you want, right? So I would listen to no one except, people, even including yourself. Just listen to people that have done it.